top 10 school districts, top 5 elementary schools, top 5 middle schools, and top 5 high schools in the San Antonio area. That's what we're going to hit on today with these brand spanking new ratings that just came out. Let's go. Howdy guys, this is Michael McCall if you are new to this channel, and it is my passion and purpose to help you guys find your home right here in this wonderful city and wonderful area of San Antonio as your realtor. I have lived here my entire life except for a couple of years in college, but who's counting? But I know this area like the back of my hand. And if you are moving here, whether it's 2 years or 2 days, doesn't matter to me, call, text, or email me. Let me know if I can help you guys in any way, shape, or form. My information is in that first comment below. Now, enough of the pleasantries. Let's get on with the content. So Texas public schools and their ratings can be one of the most important deciding factors for people that are moving to this area or moving to Texas in general. I've worked with a lot of people that have tried to, are wanting to get away from having to pay for private school. That is one of the big benefits of Texas, in that the public schools are very, very, very good and very, very well renowned for being good public schools compared to some of the other systems that other states are running. One of the reasons for that, that we'll mention is that the property taxes goes directly to helping the public schools here. That is one of the big ticket items that public schools take for their budgets. And that's another reason that we have higher property taxes, and it makes people a little bit more comfortable paying those high property taxes whenever they think about that. Getting into the public schools, the new ratings in my go-to system, they hadn't been put out for the last couple of years. COVID made them halt their system, and I guess because everybody was teaching remotely and they didn't really get a good feel for how the schools were actually working. So this last year, they were able to rate the schools on the 2021 to 2022 school year. And I didn't already mention it, but my go-to resource is txschools.gov. Texas and San Antonio in general has a lot of really highly rated schools. So this is not the all-encompassing list of these are the only schools you should be considering. These are just the top ones. These are just different schools that maybe you haven't considered before, and maybe you should start considering and looking into a little bit more. So this is going to give you guys a little bit more of a better picture of all the specifics that can go into it, and it also gives you another good resource for you guys to go check out and looking and researching all your schools. Now we're going to start with the top districts. So coming in at number 1 and number 2, because they tied, is Medina Valley ISD and Randolph Field ISD, both rated at a 95 out of 100. Medina Valley is located out in Castroville. It's also kind of creeps into Bexar County a little bit, so you get some of those areas in between here in Castroville, in between San Antonio and Castroville, that are in Medina Valley ISD. And then Randolph Field ISD is what the Randolph Air Force Base covers. So if you're coming and going to be stationed at Randolph Brooks, if you're coming and going to be stationed at Randolph Brooks Air Force Base, you have an opportunity to be putting your child in one of the best school districts in the entire area. Now, unfortunately, you can't just go put your kid, you can't move unless you're military, into the Randolph Field ISD. A little bit of negative there, but it's really good for the military here. Number 3 that I kind of already mentioned is Boerne ISD. Boerne ISD is rated a 94 out of 100. They are one of the most popular areas, most popular school districts for people to move into. Obviously, they're up in Boerne, which is about 30-45 minutes north of San Antonio. It's a very comfortable place for people that want to live on the outskirts, live in a suburb, in a small town that still has everything that you need right around it, and some really, really nice homes. A little bit higher on the price point, but be close to San Antonio for commuting and being a good school district, of course. Tied at number 4 and 5 is Comal ISD and Fort Sam Houston ISD. Comal ISD covers a very, very large area, and that it goes from New Braunfels to Bulverde to Canyon Lake. It's a very, very, I think this is probably the largest geographical area of a school district covering. It has high schools such as Smithson Valley High School, Canyon Lake High School, Canyon High School on the south side of New Braunfels, and then a couple other new ones that are getting ready to come up as well. Another extremely popular area that a lot of people want to be in specifically whenever they're moving here. Now, Fort Sam Houston ISD, same thing as Randolph Field ISD. Fort Sam Houston specifically for Fort Sam Houston Military Base, located just east of downtown. So if you're coming here and you're going to be transferred there, great spot to put your kids in school there. Coming in at number 6 and 7 may come to a bit of surprise for some people. The first one we're going to mention is Alamo Heights ISD. This is rated a 91 out of 100. I have mentioned Alamo Heights before because it's smack dab in the middle of San Antonio. It is an extremely popular area, very expensive area to live in, but very close to downtown. And it's a spot where a lot of people want to move to if they can't afford it. And again, 91 out of 100 is a really good school rating. And number 7, tied at number 6, if you want to get down into the specifics, is La Vernia ISD. So La Vernia is a small town just southeast of San Antonio. I have mentioned them in a couple of videos as well, but they are one that probably not a lot of people have really even considered because it is such a small town. Around 2,000, 1,500, 2,000 people, a very close-knit community, and say it embodies the Texas small town feel as La Vernia. Very country town, lots of big lots. Not a whole lot of cookie cutter communities out there. You get a lot of custom homes. That's pretty much what you got to get whenever you go out there. So it's a really nice spot for that aspect as well. Now our final 3 spots are right at the cusp of being an A-rated school. They're all 3 at 89 out of 100. And again, these are going to be some other school districts that maybe you have not considered and maybe have not even heard of before. So first is Marion ISD. Marion, Texas is located between basically Schertz, Cibolo area and Seguin, right along I-10. It's a very small town as well. It's, literally a quick, easy drive to either Seguin or Schertz, Cibolo. And it's also a quick, easy commute to get to San Antonio. 89 out of 100. A lot of people have not heard of Marion, but again, it's a good school district. I personally know a lot of people that went there and loved it. Still know a lot of people that have their kids there. So Marion is a good spot to look into if you're looking for another small town. Second out of these final 3 is Navarro ISD. I have mentioned Navarro in some of my Seguin videos. Navarro is located in Seguin. It is just north of I-10 if you're looking in Seguin. All those new communities out there that are getting built just north of I-10 and Seguin, those are all going to feed into Navarro ISD. You also have some pretty good neighborhoods such as the Village of Mill Creek out there, which is a Perry home community that is a really, really nice community with lots of really nice homes. And Navarro ISD is an upcoming spot. They're getting ready to build a new high school. I think they may even be building some other new elementary schools, maybe a new middle school. I'm not 100% sure on the middle school or elementary school, but at the same time, always been a very high-rated school district and always been very desirable for those that live in Seguin. And last on our list of top districts is Northeast ISD. Northeast ISD is the area that encompasses kind of the Thousand Oaks area, and in my video, my most recent video that I just did, the everything you need to know about where to live and life in San Antonio, Texas, the Northeast section kind of going up into the Stone Oak area is what encompasses Northeast ISD, and it has some of the top schools that we will also cover in just a little bit. Now, top elementary schools. Number 1 is Castle Hills Elementary School, rated a 97 out of 100. And funny enough, all the elementary schools that are going to be in our top 5 list are 97 out of 100. There are some really good rated elementary schools in the San Antonio area that I could have probably made a list of 30 or 40 that had an A rating. I mean, there's a ton in this area. Castle Hills Elementary School is located in Castle Hills, go figure, which is in that southern part of that north central area, kind of just south of Chavano Park, Hollywood Park, that area, and just north of downtown. So it's a good, convenient location right there in the middle of town for a lot of people that are going to live in that Castle Hills area. Number 2 is Hardy Oak Elementary School. Hardy Oak Elementary School is going to be in that Stone Oak area. Extremely popular school. A lot of people that I get calls from specifically want to make sure that they're living in the school district for Hardy Oak so that they can start their kids off at a really, really good school whenever they're moving to this new city of San Antonio for them. Number 3 and 4 are both located in Northside ISD over on the northwest side of town, kind of close to UTSA and the medical center area over there. They are Steuben and Raba Elementary School. They're located very close to each other, and again, right there in that northwest section, just kind of southeast of Helotes, close to that UTSA Medical Center area. And number 5 for the elementary schools is McAndrew Elementary School. This is also in Northside ISD. This is going to feed into Clark, so it's actually kind of a little confusing on this one because it's in Northside ISD, but it's got a Bernie address. So right at the cusp, right between Bernie and San Antonio, that halfway point, that Leon Springs area, is where Northside ISD cuts off and Bernie ISD starts. So this is right at that northern section of that area and kind of filters in all of those surrounding spots that are in Northside ISD and not quite into Bernie ISD. Real quick interruption, guys. If you are getting anything out of this video, please hit that like button on this video, and then definitely hit that subscribe if you are interested in seeing more content like this. And then also, I do want to kind of start a conversation for you guys. I know that these schools are not going to be what everybody agrees is the best schools in the San Antonio area. So comment what you think about these schools, about this list specifically, and if you have any experiences with them, or if you have any preferences about which schools are better than these. I mean, comment your opinions. I want to hear everything that you guys have to say about these schools. Now let's get back to it. Now getting into the top middle schools. So number one is Lopez Middle School. Lopez Middle School is up in that Stone Oak area. It's going to feed into Reagan High School. This is the Northeast ISD. Number two is going to be Smithson Valley Middle School. Smithson Valley Middle School, of course, feeds into Smithson Valley High School. It is just north up in Spring Branch, Bulverde area. Again, rated 94 out of 100, Comal ISD. It's a good spot for those people that are moving out to the Bulverde Spring Branch area. Now, number 3 and 4 are both in the Stone Oak area again. Number 3 is Bush Middle School. This is going to feed into Reagan High School as well. And then number 4 is going to be Hill Middle School. Hill Middle School feeds into Johnson High School, which basically splits Stone Oak with 281. Johnson's on the east side, Reagan's on the west side. So you have some, kind of rivalry going along there between the residents of Stone Oak. Johnson and Reagan has always been a pretty good rivalry. And number 5 is also going to be up in the Bulverde Spring Branch area in Spring Branch Middle School. Spring Branch Middle School is going to also feed into Smithson Valley High School. It is right there close by to Smithson Valley Middle School. Actually, they're really close to each other. So they're just a few miles apart down the road from each other. Again, both feed into the same high school. So good options for middle schools up there in that Bulverde area. And lastly is the top rated high schools. So before I get into the specific top 5 public high schools in the San Antonio area, I want to mention something. So if you go look at txschools.gov, you're going to see that there are a ton of schools on that list of top high schools that I do not mention. And one of the reasons is that they are like college preps, career specific, early college type high schools that you can actually go in and apply for if your kids have qualified for them. If you are interested in something like that, that's still public education, so you still don't have to pay private school tuition for it, definitely look into those and see if it's something that you may be interested in doing, because it's definitely something that a lot of people love to take advantage of and is a really good opportunity here in San Antonio. Number 1 on our list, and it's number 1 by a long shot, is Randolph High School in the Randolph Field ISD over at Randolph Air Force Base. It is rated a 97 out of 100. That is by far and away the highest rated high school in our entire area. Again, Randolph Air Force Base, located on the east side, kind of in that Schertz-Cibolo Universal City area. So if you're getting stationed there, you have a really great high school to put your kids in. Number 2, just down the road from Randolph Air Force Base, is Steele High School, the football powerhouse of San Antonio area as of late. We have several of them that have been historically football powerhouses, but Steele has definitely been the dominant one here lately, having won a state championship most recently out of all the other big teams here in the San Antonio area. Steele High School is rated a 94 out of 100. It's in the Schertz-Cibolo Universal City ISD area. It is just east of Randolph Air Force Base in that area. Very, very popular school, newer school as well. So it's a really good spot to be in for all those people that are moving to that Schertz-Cibolo area. Number 3 in good old Stone Oak, Johnson High School. So Johnson High School beats Reagan on this specific rating. Johnson High School, again, like I mentioned, is located on the east side of 281 if you're getting up in Stone Oak. Stone Oak, again, if you're not super familiar, north of 1604, right there on that corner of 1604 and 281. Johnson High School is on the east side. And then Reagan, which comes in at number 4 on our list, is on the west side. Again, Johnson is ranked as a 93 out of 100. Reagan is ranked as a 92 out of 100. So real tight-knit race going right there, and I'm sure that there's some words said about that between the two of them. And last but not least, number 5, another surprise appearance from Marion High School. Marion High School is rated a 92 out of 100 as well. Very small school. I think they're 3A, I believe. I believe they're 3A if you're looking at the classifications. For those of you that aren't familiar, 6A is the biggest classification as far as looking at UIL sports, and then all the way down to 1A, and then I think they even go down below 1A. But Marion is 3A. All the other major schools here in the San Antonio area are mostly that 5A to 6A, including all the other ones on our list. So Marion is the smallest school for sure. And again, small town feel, real close to everything. So it's a really good opportunity to look at those at that area if you are really interested. All right, guys, I mentioned it before. My latest video, everything that you need to know about life and where to live in San Antonio, Texas, was just posted. Make sure you go check it out if you are interested in learning a little bit more about where to live in San Antonio. If you are thinking of moving here, guys, like I said, 2 days, 2 years, doesn't matter to me. Reach out, call me, text me, email me anytime whatsoever. And then also, please don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you did like it. Until next time, guys, see y'all later.